Do you want to increase the value of your vehicle? Whether you're selling it or keeping it, the repairs and the fixes that I'm going to be adding in this detailing video are something that you can do very cheaply, very easily with just your time. So make sure you subscribe if you're new and give this video a thumbs up. And watching the full video and learning all these tips that I'm going to share throughout it is what makes this channel possible. By you guys watching, increases ad revenue for me, so that way I can fund flips, I can start the car builds, because money does not grow on trees. I'm sure you guys are all aware. Watch the video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started detailing this truck. So this car has been sitting for a while, and because of that, there's tons of stuff underneath the seats that we're gonna wanna clean up. But the first thing I always like to do is remove the seats, remove any trash, remove all the floor mats, essentially clear out the car as much as possible. It helps from a cleaning standpoint so you don't break your back, but also you make sure you get all of the spots in case there's smells that get stuck underneath the seats that you typically wouldn't be able to get to if you left them in. So what you guys just saw there is on those rear seat bolts on pickup trucks in general is usually the most common, is the bolts actually go through the body and outside the frame and they stick out a certain amount. And what happens is it's just over time they do rust and it builds up on the surface, and it essentially is a form of Loctite, if you will. They will never back out because that rust. I mean, I had to use a big breaker bar to just break them loose and then the impact to pull them out. Whenever I put the seat bolts back in, I always put a little Loctite on those threads to kind of set it so it's good to go for a little while until they do re-rust over on that outside surface. So yeah, this is what's underneath the seat. You can see how the carpet, especially where the floor mats were, how much darker it is. This is all just dust that covers underneath there. And all this stuff you would have never been able to find if you did. I mean, got some nail, more dust and nails that kind of goes on the side there. But yeah, overall, this is what's underneath seats in the most part, and this is why I pulled them out. Makes it easier just to maneuver in here as well. And this is underneath the driver's seat. I didn't show you guys pulling that one out, but yeah. Same thing, same story, just more dust and dirt. This is like sawdust almost, or like maybe it's clay, but it's nasty stuff. It gets on literally everything. This is a kit that you can get from Milwaukee. It's one of their pack out sets, but this is a metric socket set, deep socket, and they're for impacts. And then I got my cordless impact. This is 3/8 inch from Milwaukee as well. I like Milwaukee. I've tried other ones, but they never seem to break, and I've even put them underneath the pressure washer and they've never broke, which is awesome. But I mean, if you're trying to start working on your car, like something like this, even though it's metric and maybe you need standard for like an American car, you know, usually you can get away with like a 15 instead of a 1/2 inch and stuff like that. Great kit. I have them all linked down below if you guys want to check them out. Alright, so for the door panels and any of the interior surfaces, I'm using Mint Shine All-Purpose Cleaner. This is my own brand of all-purpose cleaner that you guys can pick up. It's always linked down below, along with my microfiber towels and brushes. This is for all those tight reach corners that you can't get to just by wiping. By the way, these are the most amazing microfiber towels that you can buy. These are my own personal ones. They're 500 GSM. They're super plush. The cool thing about this one towel right here, I've probably washed at least 20, 30 times. It's still super plush. These things absorb a crap load of stuff. Yeah, these are the towels that you can't buy in stores. The ones in stores, sure, they're cheap and you can buy a 20 pack for 10 bucks, but they fall apart. They're super brittle. You can actually see light through them, where these ones have so many fibers, they can absorb a ton of water, ton of goo, tons of crap and dirt, and still be able to clean a surface. And when you wash them, they don't fall apart. So that is why these are the best towels that you can buy. Like I said, all linked down below for you. Did I mention the all-purpose cleaner? Smells like grape Kool-Aid. It is the best smelling all-purpose cleaner you can find. Guarantee it. All of you that have bought this already before, comment down below so everyone knows that I'm not full of it, because it smells insane. right, so for the leather seats, we're using Mint Shine Leather Cleaner to clean them down, anything inside all of these perforations, the threads, and then we're following with our leather conditioner. The main reason why we use two different products and not like an APC is because APC is not pH balanced, whereas a leather cleaner is, and that allows you to make sure you don't damage the leather, pull out all of the moisture in the actual material. This is what goes on to ensure that it is protected, ensure that it is hydrated, so that way it stays soft, it stays pliable, it doesn't crack over time. Plus, both of these have a new leather scent, and it smells awesome, making the car smell like new. Okay, so one thing we're gonna do, this is just paint that's dried on these leather seats, and you have to be careful because you don't wanna strip the wax, you don't wanna strip the actual dye in the fabric or in the leather itself. So I don't wanna use acetone, nothing super strong, and if I do use something super quick, light pressure, don't scrub a ton, and you wanna make sure you rinse it off immediately because you don't want the alcohol to dry anything out or anything else. So yeah, I kinda just gave away what I'm using. Just isopropyl alcohol, off the shelf stuff, a little bit on a microfiber towel, and lightly rub that area to remove that paint. Like I said, this is something that you don't want to do very often, but you're just a little bit of light swirl pressure, and it seems like it's coming off very, very easily, which is kind of the goal. You don't want to use a ton of pressure and even long. And then follow up with leather cleaner on a microfiber towel just to neutralize the pH. And then once again, condition that area with a leather cleaner now that you've stripped most of the oils off with that alcohol and then the leather cleaner itself. Test something new somewhere that you can hide, like up here is the center console on the front of this bolster. You're not gonna see it, you might remember it, but if you're testing it on something that you've never done before, test it in an inconspicuous area. So if you like this video, check out the video on screen. Click it now. Go watch it. Subscribe if you're new. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.